Take it down in the first round, and then rounds 2 and 3, you just stalked him. What was your game plan coming in here?
So, I mean, it was to beat up his body and legs, but I feel like what he was good at, I'm better at anyway.
Your winner by unanimous decision, Dangerous Davey Grant!
And still, the undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, Valentina Shevchenko!
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Please tell me that's on video. I've never been happier. I'm made for a fucking podcast. We're dangerous. Listen to me, we're out of here. Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Matt and I meet up once again. I feel like we just saw each other. Good show today. We have Davey Grant returning to the program, and of course, the flyweight champion, the appearing to be unbeatable Valentina Shevchenko. I mean, she's a machine. It's really crazy to watch how good she is.
Arman Tsarukyan looked amazing.
Yes, he did.
Machado Gary had a great night. I had great picks, but
You did.
First, I want to say congratulations. I went this weekend. I'm telling the audience because you know what I'm talking
Yes,
about. I went this weekend. First of all, what a great date night with my wife.
Oh, good, good.
Oh, it was so nice. It was so nice. I brought my wife to see Jimmy at the Paramount. And man, was I impressed. Jimmy,
Oh, good. Thanks, Matt.
Holy shit. That was an hour?
About an hour, yeah. About an hour. I did about an hour.
It went fast. You are so good up there, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Because there's no awkwardness. There's no silences in a sense where I get nervous for people when they do stand-up comedy. It gives me anxiety. But you have such control. You are so confident up there. You have such control of the audience. The whole, and was that a big crowd for you or no?
Yeah, about 1,000 people, yeah.
1,000 people dying. I mean, it was really impressive.
Oh,
I'm
thanks,
telling
Matt.
you, Jimmy, because I don't go to them often. I know I went to the mothership recently. I enjoyed that. But when you see somebody really good at their craft, Jimmy, it's really cool. That first guy, I missed some of his stuff.
Phil Selman, yeah.
But he reminds me, he's like an old school.
Yeah.
He seems like a funny, he was funny. I liked him.
He's a funny dude. He's a shit talker. I've known him for many, many years. Natalie Cuomo, I like a lot. She's from New York. She works with me once in a while. Not that often on the road. Just a few gigs because again, I try to switch it up.
That girl,
yeah.
Very sweet. You know, I just seemed very genuine when we went backstage, and she was great too. But I'll tell you, Jimmy, man, you should feel, is that how you do normally? Be honest. I know you're being humble, but was that a really good show for you?
It was a good show. I mean, I thought the next night in New Jersey was a little better. I felt like it pieced together better. Yeah, but the crowd was great. I mean, it was a very good show, yeah.
Because, I mean, you have to, when I went backstage after, it reminded me when I went backstage after one of my guys won a fight or something. That's how I felt.
Oh, yeah.
Did it feel like that? Does it feel like that for you or not even?
No, because when you're like, I typically, when I'm going, I never feel like I've won. I feel like, all right, that was good. But, yeah, this thing felt clumsy. And you start going over in your head where you want to put something, what piece didn't feel like it fit. I felt like it was a little slow there. And that was, I'm just kind of analyzing what happened in the hour. It's kind of like you would look at a fight. If you just fought somebody, you would look at it differently than somebody who watched it. You would probably go like, oh, fuck, man, that moment I should have swept him, but I didn't. Like little weird things other people might not notice that you would notice.
Let me ask you one thing before we get to the fights. Now, because I'm fascinated by this. Now, I've seen you afterwards.
Yes.
Post-fight, it felt like, post-act, and it was great. What do you like right before? Like, what do you like in the green room? Are you watching Natalie before? Are you backstage? Are you rehearsing your shit? What's going on with you before? You pacing?
No, not pacing. You're kind of, I mean, I put on I drove in sweatpants, so you get dressed, and I watched. Phil and Natalie on the screen just for timing so I know where I am, like how much time I have before I go on. And I'm usually looking at my phone because I have notes because the first like 25 minutes is all kind of new. So I'm just going over what I want to do, what order, like don't forget this and that goes into that, you know. You just kind of get in you're trying to remember what stuff I want to do that's new.
Well, listen, and I also appreciate the seats because you know me and my stomach ass problems, so I was like so comfortable there. I was off to the side at that, you know, in the balcony. Oh, I'll go anytime you're at the Paramount. Please let me know.
Yeah, I was happy to see you and the delightful Mrs. Sarah. I was really glad you guys came.
We were so happy for you. All right, we got Davey Grant in here.
Yes,
and then we got a lot of fights to talk about. Let's party.
We do, man. Hi, Davey.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Good, buddy.
Davey,
how are you?
Great to speak to you again.
Davey, you always seem just in such a great mood.
Yeah.
You're always so chipper.
Yeah, yes, you know, there's no point crying, is there? Because nobody listens.
Davey, when did you make the move from your homeland to Vegas? When did you move?
So it was August. I came over. So I was going to be living in Dubai after the fight. I lived there for 2 weeks, and I was talking to Coach John Wood, and John Wood was like, he was saying, look, everything that was happening in Dubai was great, but it was all business related. And I was making a lot of connections, but it all seemed to be going towards business. And John was like, look, you've still got, you're going to take away from your fighting career. He said, you need to put everything in, like what you've got. And we sort of like, we came to the decision that it would be a lot better to move to Vegas and concentrate on my fighting career rather than concentrate on the business side. Do you know? So we got like a mutual agreement between me and John.
What do you mean business side? What were you doing with business out in Dubai?
I was looking at like setting up some different gyms and things, and like I was just sort of like maybe going to go into like investing into properties and things and that sort of stuff. Yeah, because I've got a friend who's over there doing it now, and we were talking, and the way the England's going, it's sort of on a bit of a decline, you know. And like, don't get us wrong, I love everybody in England, and I love my little gym. My little gym's still got it's still absolutely thriving. The coaches are doing a fantastic job, so I'll still be going back there all the time. But we wanted to go and sort of like broaden our horizons and look into doing a little bit of business in Dubai. But we thought Vegas is the place while I'm still fighting.
Well, because it seems like when you're doing business, especially a place like Dubai where things can be very luxurious, it's probably very easy to get caught up in, let's go to lunch and we'll talk about that property. And it's like, it's probably very easy. It's like, that's the next phase and you're still in this phase and you don't want to look too much into that phase while you still have to fight.
That's exactly what John said. He was like, look, like, because we were talking, and he said, look, the way you're talking, he said, you've still got so much more to give. We want to make a really good run at at the top 10 guys. And I mean, obviously the last fight put a bit of a damper on it. It was, but the wheels are still going, you know, and I've still got so much more to give. I felt absolutely fantastic in that last fight, and I thought I was going to absolutely murder him. But I got way too confident and did not respect anything he was throwing, and just stepped into the danger zone too like carefree, you know. But I felt like I was on the way to knocking him out. To be fair,
are you a single guy or are you married?
No, I'm married. So I moved we were in Dubai, and I moved to Vegas on my own because my wife was still at home wrapping up the businesses. So I had 3 kids with me. We didn't even have them in school because it was within a week. And then as soon as I'd only been in Vegas about 2 or 3 days, and my manager offered me a fight. And my wife was like, I'm going to tell you probably shouldn't take this fight. She said, but I know it's not going to make a difference. And I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm taking it. So I was single dad in Vegas, just moved to a new country with 3 kids, and then do fight camp. So it was like, and that's not a reason why, like, no excuses for getting beat or anything. It was nothing to do with it. I still got a great camp in, and I've got absolutely no excuses for it, but it was hard.
And you're 39 and you're still very healthy, and you talk about avoiding processed foods. I want to ask about what are you avoiding and how long have you been avoiding it, and what exactly is it doing for you?
Yeah, so I feel like it's made a massive difference. Don't get us wrong. After fights, I'll still eat like sugar and donuts, whatever I feel like. Yeah. And then I start to tighten up. That's only when I get like for a couple of week phase after the fight. And now everything I try and eat is, so like, let's say I don't even eat pasta because it's been processed. I'll eat potatoes, or I'll eat rice, or I'll eat broccoli, and then some sort of protein, and I'll have that for my meals. I try and stay away from anything that's like, and I feel like it's doing me great. I feel like I'm a little bit sharper. I used to have, when I was on my way to train, I'd just grab a Monster Energy drink because I was just a little bit tired or whatever. And I do like caffeine, like I think everybody.
Yeah, sure.
But like, if I ever feel like something's got hold of me, I'll try and cut it out. Like, I don't like to think anything's got hold of me. So if I'm taking some sort of supplement to help me do something like sleep, I'll stop it just to make sure I'm not addicted or.
Yeah.
Like,
I should be more like, I got to be more like Davy Grant. I got two Zins. Joe turned me on to Zins. I got 2 in my mouth right now. I'm not trying anything else new.
Well, I've got a very addictive personality, so I haven't started on those. A few of the guys at the gym said they're brilliant, and they have them before. And
I've tried to wean myself off Viagra. It doesn't work. I need a Viagra. It's got me, and it's always going to have me.
You should get sponsored by them, like the old Blue Chews.
Oh, I am on Blue Chew, my podcast. Yeah, I love them.
I love it.
So, by the way, what is the advantage? I love asking the guys about being so close to the PI. Yeah. How often are you there, and what exactly is that doing for you? Because I know that everyone is saying it's life-changing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in the PI right now. I'll see you this morning, so I'll come and get my breakfast, and then I'll get a workout in, then I'll go straight to Syndicate, and then I'll come back to the PI and I'll eat my lunch, and then I'll go home, I'll go and do the school run, get the kids, and then I'm back to the PI in the night to do sauna or red light.
And I heard you had your kids there too. How old are your boys? They're training at Syndicate also.
Yeah. So my oldest one's 16, but he's not even going.
They're big kids.
Yeah, because my oldest one, he graduated in England because they graduate at 16. So he's done all his exams and everything. So he's just training full time with me now. And he said, all I want to do, he said, I just want to fight. And I said, right, okay, I did not sort of had that opportunity when I was young. So I said, look, that's what you can do. I said, as long as he puts in the work, the hard work, he's got to eat right, he's got to train hard. If he's gonna do this, he's gonna do it properly. And this is his choice. But I'm not going to just let him doss around and not do anything, But he's putting the work in. My youngest son, he's 14, and he's at my friend's home school and wrestling academy. So he's going to do the work on the morning on the laptops. There's about 16 kids ranging from around about 7 to 14 years old. They do the work on the morning, then they've got athlete performance training, and then they've got wrestling. So my daughter's there, and she's only 7.
Oh, that's so great. And it's a good system over there at Syndicate for them.
Yeah.
They're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Like so they train twice at school, and then they come home, get a quick snack, and then they're into Syndicate, and then they do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Thai boxing for an hour each on a night. And I'm helping coach at Syndicate now as well. So it's like the kids are training more than me.
That is so great.
What's the difference between watching, say, your 19-year-old train and like the way you trained when you were coming up, as far as the amount of different styles he's taking or the way he's training? Is it more complete training now, like where they're kind of training you for everything as opposed to specializing in one thing?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when I started coming up through the ranks, I couldn't even, didn't even really have many MMA gyms. I used to have to go to spar boxing with the boxers. I used to have to go and spar Thai boxing with the Thai boxers. I used to have to go roll with the guys in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And back in the day, we didn't know what we were doing. I thought I would spar maybe 6 or 7 times a week, really, really hard against everyone who was huge compared to me. And I thought I was doing myself good, getting rocked every couple of days, like thinking, yeah, I'm tough, Today, that was sort of like what we used to do. Maybe do 4 or 5 hard sessions in one day. Now I'm looking if I do that in a week, So
you got to train smarter as you get older.
Yeah, and these guys now, I mean, especially in my little town. Like in my little town, there was nobody. There was me and my friend, and we were sort of the alumni in that town. We were the highest level guys, so there was no one to go and coach us MMA. We just had to go around, and then eventually we started traveling to places like the Wolf Slayer, where I first met Bisping and people like that. This was like back in those days, and then this was like the first pro gym we went to, and it was like they were doing everything under one roof, which was fantastic.
Do you miss those old days, though? Like, sometimes I look back on the early days of my career of running around and doing shit that I'm like, ugh. There was something kind of just, you had no idea what was ahead of you. You had no idea what was going to happen. You're running from one gym to the other. Do you have a nostalgia for that at all, or did you hate it?
Definitely. And you know what it is? If it's like sometimes I need to pinch myself and tell myself that, like, if I was talking to me back then and I'd tell them, look, this is what the future's going to look like, I'd have been fucking like, oh my God. Like sometimes you've got to realize that like I'm sort of living the dream. This is everything I ever wanted. And you've got to remember that you've got to enjoy it at the time as well. You know, like I know there's been ups and downs and wins and losses, but overall, I think I'm so pleased. And if I'd have told my younger self, look, you're going to end up fighting in the UFC, getting bonuses, getting flew around the world, it would be like a fucking dream come true. And sometimes you've got to really be grateful that it's actually happening and enjoy it in the now, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
100%. What a great outlook.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, I see here that you consider George St. Pierre one of your heroes.
Yeah.
My question is, how happy were you when he won back the title in Montreal? Were you cheering?
Yeah.
Name again. What were you? Were you happy?
No. Look, I can't remember the exact night.
All right. But look, you might. Okay.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. Davy's too nice. Thank you, Davy. I was expecting something there, but hey, listen, George is so nice. I'm happy for his.
Yeah, look, you both absolute great guys.
I love George. Hey, at least I got my butt kicked by somebody I like. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, you know. Hey. You won a couple, and then we ran into Charles. We had a hard time.
Yeah.
When do we look to get back in there? I mean, we got to make sure we're rested and healed. And
yeah, I had like my nose. I think my nose was broke pretty badly in the fight, and I tore my bicep somehow as well.
Dude. Hey, I used to have two of those. Now I got nothing here. Nothing. Yeah. Did you have to tear? Did you have to get it reattached?
No, it was only a grade 2, so they said just stem cells and rest, so it wasn't too bad. So
stem cells, good old stem cells.
I'll be back. I'm back training. Okay, I've never stopped doing S&C. I tried to get back in the gym the next day because that's what I'm like. I just felt like I was in the gym training on the Monday, and everyone was like, "Look, Dave, just go home." So I've sort of then I found out that when I got all the scans, what the were, and it's been very slow, but I've still been pottering away doing my S&C, and I've been going in the gym and trying to help the guys who's got fights. You know, I've just been helping coach and like watching the sparring rounds and helping corner and things. So we're staying active, and if I can get back in maybe February, March time, that'd be fantastic. I've just feel like I made a few mistakes in that last fight. I really want to go and try and right it because I felt so good, but it was almost too good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still dangerous, you know, like, and I just felt like he was never going to hurt me with anything. And then the next thing I know, I'm waking up in a guillotine.
You know, how much do you really analyze that? Because sometimes, shit just happens. You know the game we play. So sometimes you're like, man, I know with me in some fights, I'm like, man, what could I do differently? Because I felt so good going in, and sometimes I chalk it up to, well, maybe it just wasn't my night. I had a bad night of sparring. How much do you really analyze that?
I know, and John Wood was saying, look, because I was devastated after the fight, absolutely devastated. More of the implications because I was on my way to fighting top 15, and no, I can go and beat anybody in that division, you know. John was like, look, sometimes it's not that you did anything too wrong. He said they might have just done something really, really right, you know.
Yeah.
Happy. He said I was happy with the way things are going. He said, like, you know what I mean? It was so we look good. It was just that's exactly it, isn't it? Sometimes it's just not your night. Sometimes you zig when you should have zagged.
Exactly.
Then, you know,
especially in this game, there's so many ways to win and lose. I mean, I don't know if you saw the fights the other night, but I mean, Alex Perez was in a great fight with.
I love Alex as well, and like he was 2 rounds up.
I love the way he was attacking he started right at the belly button, like low, like and he was like going and moving in when he did it, where you think he'd be getting taken down, but his takedown defense was great. He was really in that fight. But who is it? Araguchi? Am I saying it right? Araguchi?
Amabayev?
Araguchi.
Wait. No, did I totally destroy it? Oh, it was I'm saying the right name, or am I thinking
Amabayev beat Perez?
Who beat because there was
okay.
He fought as well, didn't he? But
he did phenomenal, Haraguchi. I'm sorry, I messed it up because there were so many good fights.
And he called out his teammate, didn't he? I thought that was crazy.
Which one?
He called out Haraguchi called out his teammate. Did he call out Pantoja?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Afterwards,
but he looked phenomenal.
He was amazing.
Where is he on this card? I'm looking for it.
Oh, yeah,
there
the
it is.
prelims, Matt. The Perez fight are you talking about, or
no,
Haraguchi?
I went all over the place, but I was talking about Haraguchi, how great he looked.
Main card, yeah.
I mean, he took out Tagar with.
Yeah.
He was just ferocious and on point, But Alex Perez, he was doing great. But Asu, I'm saying his name right, Asu.
Yeah, Amalaev.
Man, wow! What a great fight! What a great night of fights!
Really
do you watch are you like an avid fan as well? Do you watch when you're not fighting?
I love one of the best things about being in America is watching the fights live. Every weekend, it's so good in England. If you don't stay up, and I would never stay up till 3 a.m. to go watch the fight, I'd have to catch up on it the next day. But life's busy, so I'd be missing fights, and I'd be trying to capture. And then sometimes I'd just be watching the fights that I'm most interested in. Now I can that's my Saturday. I watch the fights. I sit most of the time. I'll sit and I'll watch with a pen and paper, and I like to write down. I feel like the MMA world goes in trends. A lot of people do the same thing, and I like to keep up with it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, interesting. Now the latest calf kick or the latest what this guy's did. I got you.
You know what sucks too is when you don't watch live because of work or whatever, and then you have to avoid social media because you'll click on the wrong thing and see a clip of somebody's octagon interview, and you're like, fuck. Now I know who won. So it's very hard to avoid that with all the people posting stuff.
Can't unsee it.
My kids know that they're a lot better at it now because my kids are all constantly on TikTok or Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
If I ever watch the fights, they know now not to mention it because I hate watching a fight what I'm interested in without knowing the result. You know what I mean? I love to just get surprised. I hate when I'm just expecting something to happen,
You know what's even the worst too? When you're watching back on the replay, you have to avoid looking at the time because what will happen is if you open up a fight and the fight is only 8 minutes and 12 seconds, you're like, all right, I know there was a stoppage here. I know this wasn't a decision. Like I literally won't look at the bottom of the screen. I just hit play and then go, fuck it, just let it happen.
Yeah, that's it. So right.
I wanted to ask you, when you're at the PI, when you're going to have breakfast and you're going to have lunch, do you cycle through or does anybody just go whenever they want? Or do you have to say, hey, I'm going to be there in December? How does that work? Is there stuff that's just for you or do you just pick and choose from like in a cafe?
No, we can just pick and choose. Like everybody can just come in at the same time. And then we just got to book in our sessions. Like you book in your SC and PT at different sort of times and things like that. But as far as the food in the cafeteria, it's all just everyone's allowed in. And I think they do cycle, and let you know if two people are in and they've got a fight booked up against each other, then they try and keep your S&C and PT times apart and stuff like that.
What is S&C?
Strength and conditioning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, man, it was really you're a fun guy to watch, and you know what I mean. Again, look forward to seeing you fight again. I hope your bicep heals up okay in your nose.
Thank you.
We'll look for you maybe in April or May.
Yeah, 100%. Cheers, guys. That's all. Yeah.
All right, and congrats on the move, Davey. That's great.
Thank you.
Man, the best is yet to come, Davey. And man, with your attitude, nobody's keeping you down, Davey. You already made it. This is gravy.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it, especially coming from you, man. It feels good, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right, good talking to you, buddy.
You too, guys.
All right, Davy Grant. Take care, buddy.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
And by the way, Matt, we should also round of applause for Volkan Oezdemir, who a devastating round one knockout over Menafield, who is a very, very hard hitter and a tough guy to put away. So Oezdemir, it's crazy. You think like, what's he been doing lately? And dude, he's hanging out in the top 10, still in the top 10.
Well, let's just talk about my picks for a second.
All right.
Because I picked them.
I only
didn't
picked
get the
one.
rounds right.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I got the finishes right.
We are caught up, by the way. We're dead even. I had Bilal. I was wrong about that. And my fight, Sergey Spivak dropped out of my fight, so that fight didn't count. But yeah, you did get the methods correct.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I caught up.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you. But Jimmy, it's not about me.
No.
That part was absolutely about me.
Oh, you were happy.
Yeah. Jimmy, what a nice date night. Because after that, me and my wife walked right across the street to the tap room. You ever go to the tap room?
No, but they told us about it. It was right across from the venue.
So there's one there's one right near my house, and there's one in Huntington. And I've never been to that one. It's bigger, and they got big soft pretzels. Oh man. And then I had, you know what I had? I had the stuffed rigatoni.
How was it?
Jimmy. It's stuffed rigatoni. What else can I say? It was delicious. All right, enough of my night. But it was, what a nice night.
And Jimmy. I'm so happy you get to meet Barry, the accountant.
Oh yeah, Barry was over there. Nice guy. He told me he was your accountant.
Yeah. Matt, good to meet you. Yeah, he's a character.
I met some of your crew.
And Tsarukyan, let's talk. Dan Hooker had a tough night against, it was round 2. Sub Arman looked really good.
Head and arm choke.
Yeah.
You called it. I did, Jimmy. I know I called it, but I'm not trying to be a
No, you're very humble.
Very humble. But listen. That his head and arm choke is money, man. He does it from the mount where when a guy wants to try to expose the back to try to get away, he didn't even attempt to give his back up. It was that tight. Yeah. And I think his foot was stopping him from turning. It was wild, man. He's a problem, Arman's really. And let's talk about. Well, first of all, he looked phenomenal, and I think he should be challenging next for the title.
I do think so because, I think so too. I'm thinking about Ian Machado Gary as well. About who should be getting the shot next.
That's a different.
No. I'm looking at he was a co-main event. I'm saying.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Ian Machado Gary versus Bilal. Now I feel for Bilal because he was in the fight. Like if some of those shots he threw landed, I know that sounds silly, but they were just like they'd come out and then he'd hit or be a little off. But he always impresses me because he is in that fight. But Ian Machado Gary looked really sharp. Did you see the interaction with him and Khamzat?
I did, yeah, between Gary and Khamzat. Yeah, I did see that.
And then I'll give you my thoughts.
I always feel stuff like that, unless the guys have a long history, is for the cameras. I think that when guys see cameras, they pipe up a little bit or they get a little bit more hyped up, even though they're in different weight classes. I thought it was silly. And I thought that Ian Machado Gary handled it very well. They told him you're a champion. You have nothing to prove.
But I got a different take on it.
Okay.
Now, you've seen him. It looked like a friendly enough interaction, right? Now, he doesn't really know Khamzat, from what I know. They don't really know each other that well. So when he says about respect, like when he went up to him, you seen him like slapping his back, holding, what are you in there again? And very familiar with him. Let me bring you back to a classic movie. And it really, you're going to see the similarities here. Let me tell you about a gentleman named Buddy Lavelle. The movie 3 O'Clock High. Now, right. Buddy got kicked out of every school, even that school where they go when they get in trouble.
Sure.
The sister tells Jerry that, that school, the teacher's like ex-cops or something. Anyway.
Yeah.
Buddy Lavelle did not like to be touched.
No, he didn't.
He found out when he was in the bathroom and he said, all right, buddy. And he touched him. And next thing you know, he's got to fight him 3 o'clock at the end of the day, and then that's the movie. When you're going up to somebody and you're not too familiar, but and I'm just saying, you're being overly, and you're touching them and stuff, that could be taken as disrespect. And that's what Khamzat took it as. So I don't think Khamzat's really wrong in this situation.
I'll tell you the difference. Go ahead, sorry. No, you go.
I'm just going to say, like, if you're coming up to him and you don't really know him, there's a little maybe head bob and put your hand out, shake his hand. Hey, when are you up again? That's a big difference when he went up to him. When you see him in the press conference, Ian, and I haven't got nothing against Ian Machado Gary. I like him. I think he's good for the sport. Outspoken, extremely confident, very skilled. Yeah. But when you've seen him talking about it, he's like, oh, at his age, champ, when are you in there again? And being friendly. He was not big brother in him, but hey, when are you in there again? Hey, and Khamzat don't like that shit. Why are you touching on him? Like, you know what I mean? So I kind of get it from Kamzat. And Kamzat's not doing nothing for the fucking cameras. So he gave him a little slap back, like, all right. And then Ian's probably like that with everybody. So he's probably like, what are you doing? And then, so I see both sides, but you don't get all touchy and feely with people. If you don't, hey, listen, people come up and hug me. I get it, but.
Hey, and Aspinall did it to Jones too. And then Jones didn't seem to like being tough. I know sometimes, but those guys were possible opponents. And I'm going to say the difference between Buddy Revell and this is like guys who fight are there's a physical contact that fighters have constantly that most people don't experience. I didn't think he meant anything by it. I thought he was just on a high because he had just won and feeling good. And probably, I bet he likes that he could walk up to Kamzat and just say hello. Well, I get.
Obviously, you can't.
I know, which I was totally team Ian Machado Gary there because I didn't think he was being a dick. I'll watch it again. Maybe did he slap him like? What was he roughing him up a little bit? I don't remember.
I was touching his, like hey, grabbing on him a little bit, and that could be enough. And we didn't see the very early interaction. How hard did he smack him or slap his back? And don't why you touching on a guy? He's fucking half a psychopath in there, which in a good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I see Kamzat, you think I'm gonna go up to him like, get your nipples? I'm not gonna fuck with the guy. I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up, champ?
Yeah.
Be respectful. Valentina's ready to go.
Okay, good. Yeah, we don't make her wait.
Man, on top of the world.
Yeah.
How does she stay motivated? That's my question.
That's a great question.
Don't ask my question.
I won't. As soon as she gets it, I'm asking it.
There she is.
Hello.
Champ.
Hello.
How are you, Valentina? How are you, champ?
Very good. I'm very good.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Matt.
Now, did you think it was going to be a little more competitive? Because it looked, first of all, it was an amazing performance. And it kind of looked like you were bullying like your little sister or something. Not your actual little sister, but you were just, skill-wise, strength-wise, it was something else. It was like flawless besides the finish, but it was 50-45.
I'm going to guess 50-45, yeah.
Or less. I mean, it was something. So did it go as expected, Valentina?
Leading to the fight, getting ready, training camp and everything, I was getting ready for the hardest battle, whatever can expect, like, especially like watching the fight, previous fights of Whaley. And yeah, definitely it's kind of like you never could expect, you never could know how fight gonna be, because you are better be ready for the hardest test, whatever can exist.
Did you notice in the first round? I noticed that she was kind of staying on the outside. Did you notice that she was really early on having a hard time closing the distance? And did you expect it to be that hard for her to get in?
Seeing me fighting every time, like bigger opponents, every time, if you could notice, like all my fights, I fight opponents like who's taller than me, bigger than me, and people kind of like getting used to it. They expect the same. And when, like this fight, I was fighting someone who actually like my size. And, it's kind of like, we had difference in our height. It's like 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters, it's 1 inch, right? A little bit less than 1 inch. So the difference between ours, it's like 2 centimeters, 1 inch,
Right.
less than 1 inch. It's nothing. And, kind of like, this is the advantage fighting with the same size opponent as you are. It's kind of like, make my technique, what I used in the fight, it's like I complete it easier. For example, with someone who has longer legs, for example, I lifted them and trying to like take down, but they have like long legs. That's why I had to make like double effort, and it's every time it's a little bit complicated. But here I lift, and as it's like the same size, and I lift and that's it. So there is less effort. That's why I will be able to like actually use all my technique, what I have, all my skills showing in the fight. And this is like the best advantage when you fight with someone your size.
Well, what your skill set though, which is so impressive as a martial artist, is, you know, you could fight bigger girls. Your fights with Amanda Nunes were razor thin, and she's a lot bigger. So what is that about someone like Wei Li? When she went up, it wasn't very competitive at all. You can go up and you can match the best fighters in a different weight class. Is that just pertain to your skill set, or what is it that you? Yeah.
It's not about just the power. It's not about just like potential or something. It's everything. First of all, it's experience. It's when you have the right skill set, like the right technique in the stand up, in the ground, like everywhere, then it's come to your like physical power. Then it's come to your mental power and proper approach, like mental approach to properly choose the right tactic in the fight. Because when your fight is with like someone like Amanda, you just cannot go there and like, okay, we're gonna interchange or do something like that. No, you have to play it smart, because you have to choose your tactic, what you're gonna use. And this is all about, it's combination about right timing, to see the distance, to manage the distance, know when to enter, when to get out. And it's like, when there is like so many strikes, you know how to avoid the strikes, know how to get in the close distance and take your, like, do the takedown, put them on the ground. And, it's all about right approach, managing distance, speed, power, and definitely experience what it's like the most give me advantage in in front of my opponents.
Let me ask you, a lot of people in your position, well, there's not a lot of people in your position, but somebody with your success in the cage, sometimes there's so many opportunities thrown at them. They get like side quests where they're doing a movie or they're doing this or doing that. How do you stay? I know you got to get a lot of stuff thrown at you, and you're champion of the world. How do you stay laser focused and not get onto these side quests?
Oh, why I do my side quest. I played in 2 movies.
Tell me about your side quest.
Yeah, I played in 2 movies. One, it was Halle Berry, Bruce, that we made like few years ago. It was amazing experience along the beautiful, amazing, talented Halle Berry. I was so proud of that. And just recently, actually, it was beginning of my training camp. So I were able to be cast and part of the terminal list. It's second season, The True Believer. So alongside with Chris Pratt, amazing team. So we did filming in Morocco. So it's kind of like it was not beginning of my training camp. It was like middle of my training camp, because we were training in Thailand in Tiger Muay Thai, very hard trainings. Then we flew to Morocco to make this filming, and it was like, when you're training so hard, it's kind of like fresh breeze.
Yeah.
And it's like put me so good, like a little bit rest, but in the same times a lot of energy gave me to continue. And then after we finished with the filming terminal list, I flew back to United States, and here I finished my training camp. So I would say, I do them all. I have all my side quests. I do shooting. I compete. Like I travel a lot. I like love to drive my boat and like stay there for like couple months, just live on the board and just do my things. And but it's all about how you manage and what is your priorities. If you know what is the number one for you, you always will put that in the top of the corner, right? But it doesn't mean you will do the other things like less. It's also important. It's very important. And when, for example, I do that, I put all my heart in that. But in the same time, I know that I am UFC champion and I have to keep like, because this is my primary. This is who I am. I'm not like, I can do everything, but the primary for me, it's martial arts.
How do you avoid the trap? Because some people, like you've been at the top for so long. Everyone is focused on you. You're the one with the target. You're always the one with the target. And you haven't become complacent. You seem like you are as hungry every time you fight as you were 5 years ago and 6 years ago. How do you keep that mental focus? Because so many people, when it's very hard to stay champion as long as you have, and to have as many title fights as you've had, where all the pressure is on you, and you seem to every time be able to start over like it's the first time you're fighting for the belt.
I would say, first of all, like, fighter, who fought and then lost the belt and then keep fighting, but not for the belt. Fighter is still fighting. It's the same challenge. It's the same pressure, same training camp, same motivation that you want to win, right? But in this case, not for the title. But you're still doing the same thing. So the question, why you would lose your title if you will do the same thing, your championship, if you will still continue do the same thing. So this is a major question. It's always in my head. It's like why I won't be hungry for this time, like, defending my belt. If like afterwards, I will still do the same. It's kind of like motivation. It's kind of like things that it make you think why you would say that you will do this time a little bit less than you supposed to do. And it's kind of like every time it's constant moving. If you for example, for me, martial arts, it's not just a work. It's my lifestyle. It's everything what I do, everything what I love. And for me, it's just to see this progress, to see this like how I feel inside the octagon. It's the most important. And I would say it's from my perspective, but also, the huge part, it's my coach, Pavel Fedotov, because he knows and he can like deliver, what like I have to think and like what is the right thing, what is the wrong thing to not make me confused. Definitely after like 30 years in martial arts, I already can manage everything like by myself. And I know exactly like how I have to behave in terms to approach to the fight in the same like type what I approached like few years ago, like 5 years ago. But in the beginning, when you are building your skill set as a professional fighter and mental set, it's very important to have right mentor, right coach who will not only train your body, but also like deliver the right like mental work to a proper approach to anything what you do in your life.
It's very nice that you gave your coach the belt at the end too. That was so sweet.
It's true. Because it's true.
It's so nice, you know. I only had one, or else I'd throw one to Longo or something. But you have a lot hanging around. You could just give one to Jimmy or Hey, the terminal list. Could you tell us what you play in there or?
Super agent.
So cool.
I am super agent.
They were probably so impressed with your gun handling abilities.
Everyone was happy, and like, you know, I was like, by the end of the filming, I felt like they will like so much like praising me and saying like, oh, you did a great job. You're doing so good. Like zero pressure, zero pressure. I didn't feel any pressure because everyone was saying like you're doing amazing, so good. And I was like, oh my God, I never felt like, that. No one in my training career, like especially my coach, never said to me like that. So I felt like, oh my God, no, I have to stop to listen to that because then I will like, oh yeah, I do just everything perfectly. So yeah, I was like, please stop doing that.
Do you have nerves when you act? Like, because what your real job is so filled with pressure, and there's such a, if you don't do something well in the cage, the penalty is you're going to get hurt. But with acting, if you don't remember a line, they just redo it. I mean, there's no real penalty. So is it less pressure for you? You kind of just were, most people would be nervous, but you probably have a better time managing your nerves there.
It's like, I'm not like super new in that because my, like profession, like what I study in university, in University of Arts back in Kyrgyzstan, my home country. So my profession is film director. In first 3 years, we were studying together with the actors to have this knowledge about how to acting and how to like, and especially like when you are so long as a professional fighter and used to cameras, used to all that thing. It's like, how you can be nervous or like to feel something like, super nervous about acting comparing to the fighting. If you are like going inside of the octagon with the toppest level, the like toppest, like strongest, like fighter in the entire world, how you can be like worried about anything else, what's happening in the life? Because going in the octagon to fight in the top level, in the top, MMA, UFC, organization, it's kind of like the top of what can you feel as a pressure. Anything else, it's nothing compared to that.
I agree with you. Let me ask you, do you ever think about expanding your acting chops and going like a rom-com or something? Like a romantic comedy or a comedy in general, a horror movie? Do you think about like doing, I mean, I could see you as a secret agent, which is great, not to make it easy, but that's a role you're made for, like a female expendable. But, you know, do you ever think about that, doing something else? Because, I mean, look, you have a lot of talent. I mean, look at you with the dancing. I mean, do you ever think about that as a challenging
Oh, I would love to do that. And yeah, definitely that I feel that I can deliver like much more than just like, even in Super Agent, you like, you can add like everything. You can add dance. You can add like whatever, like being Super Agent. It doesn't mean just like go with like stone face with a gun. No, you can like deliver it like very sane, very beautiful line. And it's like, it's still like, you need to be, very focused on what you are doing. But yeah, definitely I would love to try myself, but it's kind of like, one step at a time, right? For now I have 2 movies. And one movie with Halle Berry, another movie with Chris Pratt. And I think that is good. That is very amazing start of year.
Fantastic start.
I also wanted to ask you, so I think the last time you were on, you had Antonina was with you. And did she get her pilot's license? Or was she doing it back then? Or did she finally get a pilot license?
Yeah. So you're a little bit, out of date. You are like a little bit like back in the time. So when she was getting her pilot license, it was like years ago. Since then, she already like she's pilot of NetJets. She was working in Tradewinds, so she was captain over there, and now she's in NetJets flying and like working. So she's like one step of being the captain of NetJets. So yeah, it's kind of like she like between what you're saying and now it's a huge gap.
Well, she might have. She was on a few years ago, but she might have been saying she was already a pilot. Then I just didn't remember if she was like becoming a pilot or like after fighting, or she had actually completely become one. So you've flown with her?
Oh yes, always. But now she's like more, it's her job. She's working. It's like full-time job. And now, it's very hard because she's flying other people. Yeah.
Well, and also we meant to ask you too. You have a couple of options coming up, and I know you probably have not made a decision yet. I know people are talking about Natalia Silva. Have you decided what you want to do? I mean, it looks like there's going to be a fight between Harrison and Nunes. That's what they're talking about. Amanda said she would be probably interested in going back down and fighting again. What are you looking towards if you had your choice?
Yeah, it's I didn't put like too much on thinking about that yet, but like in general, I would definitely see how the fight between Amanda and Kyla will go, and like inside of me, I feel I would like to see Amanda winning the fight because it's gonna lead us directly to the trilogy. And in this case, it would be like even better for me because Amanda, she said she will go down to 125, and this is where I will welcome her in 125 because now she's like already committed to, after like their fight, to go down to 125, and this is where we're gonna meet for the third time.
And you've
That would
seen
be fantastic.
It would be.
Go ahead,
And you've seen Harrison fight. What do you think about that fight? I mean, again, it depends on how the time off has treated Amanda, what she's been doing. But you've been in there with Amanda, and you've seen Harrison. What do you think about that fight?
I think it's gonna be great fight, and yeah, definitely. I think Amanda will come back in her amazing shape, in her like best shape. I think she will come back the same Amanda as she were before leaving UFC, because like physically nothing affected her, so she stayed like the same way. And like plus a little bit rest, it might be refreshing to her. And she had enough time to get ready for the fight, and she didn't start it like 2 months ago. She already started like more than like about a year to come back to in the same shape. So I think she's gonna come back in her good shape.
Hey, I was gonna say like, but I know the answer. You know, I was gonna ask like, after all this time being on top, like with the success, like what keeps you motivated? But I believe I'm going to answer you tell me if I'm wrong. It's similar to my buddy, the great champ Marab, where it's your pleasure to train. I know it's your job, but like you said, you are a martial artist. So is that enough reason just to stay how you're staying on top? Is that it's how you live your day-to-day life?
No, I would say it's a little bit different because training, when you train just for pleasure, it's nice. It's different. But when you're in training camp, it's nothing of pleasure. You're waking up with maybe I can skip today's training. Maybe I can like rest a little bit. So it's a lot of inner challenge that any fighter goes through during the training camp, and it's like every private battle between yourself, like how to go there and like beat your to make yourself better. So yeah, someone was asking me, do I like train? And I said out of camp, I would say yes. In the camp, it's not the pleasure with all the injuries that's going in your body, and you just have to keep going. Have to do that again over and over just to find the way how you can manage and like adjust your body to not affect that injury too much, and you just deal with that. That's why it's I would say it's something else. Definitely, like for me, martial arts, it's my lifestyle. Because being in martial arts for 32 years, I started when I was 5 years old. And if you think about it, in 2003, it's 22 years ago, right? I won my professional MMA World Championship in 2003, when there was not like any other girls around. There was no Gina Carano, Gina Carano fighting professionally. Chris Cyborg, Ronda, they did like their thing fighting in their sport. But in 2003, 2003, I already won MMA championship in South Korea, and I fought with the top opponent who was like in home country of Korea. Not I went there not expecting that someone will give me the victory just because of. No, fighting in her home country. And it's kind of like, it's a big deal. Then in 2005, I made it again. I won in South Korea again the championship. And only after years, it's like the women's MMA, it started to raise up. The first fight between Gina Carano and Chris Cyborg, then Ronda Rousey in the UFC. So all this thing is happened before, like after I already was MMA champion. That's why I said like, it's not just a way of, like martial arts, just a way to gain money. No, but it's also important, but it's like my lifestyle. It's what I represent. I represent martial arts, not only just a sport, just like you go there and fight each other to the head who had stronger chin or something like that. No, they are like art of fighting, art of martial arts, that where you have to do like everything, they like not only physically, mentally. And this is by itself, it's kind of like motivate me. And knowing that MMA as a sport, it was not just created by someone, one person. No, this sport was born from the like naturally, from the idea. For example, in United States, legendary like people who like think about universal sport, when a person, a fighter, has to be very complete and universal, to not have any problem to fight in the stand-up, in the ground, in the wrestling, anything, just no problem. And then like it's already started back in 80s, some like over there. And now like we living in the modern world when this sport is born from like whatever it started back then. And it's kind of like thinking back of like that idea, it's give motivation by itself. It's just like, I love this idea that I belong to the world of martial arts. I represent the martial arts. I am martial arts. So this is my motivation, not just training, not just like knowing that I am martial artist from the end to top. This is make me feel so motivated every single time I go to the fight.
And you obviously have a great brain. You know, I'm amazed at anyone who can speak more than one language, because I can't do it. I've tried. I stink at it. And I wanted to ask you before, you speak Russian, English, Spanish, and Thai. Is that correct?
That's correct. Of
them, two questions. Which is the hardest language to learn? And is there one you're trying to learn, which is really giving you a hard time?
Actually, I don't feel that any language is hard too much. It might be hard if you don't put not enough effort. If you put just like a little bit, try one time, a second time, it doesn't work and you are give up. So this is I feel it's not, smart approach. But if you, first of all, when you learn language, you have to feel, joy about that language. You have to feel not only language, but also like behind that, the cultural thing. Like you have to love the food of the country, the like traditions, people, just being there. And if you like it, if you love it, you will easily learn the language. Yeah, definitely. Maybe some just, like pronunciation, you will struggle in the beginning. But once you start to listen in practice, speak in practice, it will come out naturally. You don't have to spend much time at the beginning on a grammar, because I feel it's like, useless, because, if you start to focus too much on a grammar at the beginning, it's gonna, you will lose the desire of learning language. You have to just to go there and speak. Correctly, not correctly, it doesn't matter. Just go, listen, speak. And with the time, you will pick up the grammar. So with the time, you will be better. But first of all, you have to love everything about the language. It's not just you choose any language and you start to learn it. No, it's because you really like what is like behind the language,
and you want to learn it. That's really smart. I've never thought of that. Could you do interviews in English? You do them in. Could you do a full interview in Thai, like being a Thai media outlet? You could. Are you conversational with Thai or fluent, or just kind of get by?
Not that fluent yet. My daily Thai, it is fluent, so I can like do the daily things. But when it comes to the professional terms and speaking super fast, because Thai, it's they can speak so fast and they add so many like details that is sometimes confusing the brain. This is where I have to still take a little like break, pause, and like think about what. But if Thai people speak with me slowly and more like correct way, I mean like grammar.
Yeah.
So this is we can go with our conversation.
Yeah, like the slangs get hard, or the abbreviations that people just put in their common everyday talk. Okay. Well, Valentina, you're fascinating and such a great champion, and you really look unbeatable after all these fights, and then you look as good as you've looked for years. So congratulations on just another dominant win.
Phenomenal fight.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And when you come back on, and with all these languages, you're talking like it's easy. I mean, I'm still working on my English, and I've been around. It's really just super impressive. When you have something lined up, whoever it is, please come back on. We love talking to you.
Always my pleasure. I always like to speak about martial arts, about my lifestyle. This is my favorite topic.
You're inspiring a lot of people out there.
Thank you.
Boys, girls, everybody. So congratulations.
Thank you, Valentina.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, champ. Take care, champ.
Bye.
Bye. Jimmy.
It really is a great brain too. Like, you know what I mean? To be able to speak 4 languages, and when you listen to her talk about her approach to things, just really analytical and just very like, touching every base, not skipping steps. Really, really interesting person, and fucking just a great fighter.
Well, I got a little skip in my step. I'm going on Vegas. You set that up nicely.
Yeah, I did. When are you going on vacation?
I'm going to Florida with the family tomorrow. When I get back, I'm going to Colombia to get stem cells.
For stem cells. Okay, yeah.
Me and Jedi Abe, man. Right by Adventureland, right by my house.
That's good.
Jump in my buddy's plane. Come on now.
How big is the plane? It's like force.
I mean, how big? I don't know how many feet or numbers.
No, I mean, how many windows? Like 5 windows, 6 windows?
Yeah, you know what? He had one last time because his wasn't ready. It was a little bigger and it was a rented one, but now it's his plane, which is a little smaller, but dude, it's still, he was telling me like it's got 2 recliners, a couch, and that type of thing. So, hey, man, I'm not complaining.
Awesome. No, please, it's awesome.
Not fucking, Frontier or something. It's beautiful. Jimmy. Oh, wait, we done with the fights? What a bunch of stoppages.
Yeah.
Anybody else we got to shout out? I mean,
it was a great night. Let me see if there's anybody we missed. We covered most people. Let me see.
Let me just see here. The main card. What a great night of fights.
Yeah.
I'm back in the
You are. We're tied.
I'm back.
You're winning on the points. You're way ahead on points. 18 up on points.
Hey, where's Waldo? I know where he is. Waldo is knocking out Shamil, and he looked freaking phenomenal.
He's looked really good lately. He's crept up to number 6, and also Hermanson took a very tough loss to Oralba in the first round. That was a really tough one.
I was talking about that with the guys last night, and he might have just bounced back too soon after that RoboCop fight. I mean, he got flatlined with that. He looked a little gun shy, and when he took that shot, I mean, look, that was a hard shot to the ear. But
it was, yeah.
It's just he's got to rest his brain a little bit. Hey, what about that 30-second knockout? Let me see, where was that? That was beautiful. 33 seconds.
Let's see.
Abdul Rahman took out Rafael Seguero.
Oh, Seguero, yeah.
Sakara. And I'll tell you, man, I felt bad for Rafael because he didn't get a chance to even get going.
He's 0-4 in the UFC too, and he was 11-0 when he started. So he's had a rough go in the UFC.
4-4?
That's what it says. It says 0-4 in the UFC. Yeah.
Oh man, that's
after being 11-0. That's a confidence thing too. Whenever fighters do that and they lose a bunch in a row, you know that there's something. Because, I know they're fighting high-level guys, but then he's not 0-4 level, high-level guy. This is, I just think, a confidence thing.
And Luke Riley, that's the way to make your UFC debut.
Yes.
I mean, that was
over
something else.
Volkan Grant,
yeah. That was really nice. And where's Topuria? Where is he on here? I'm looking.
Alexander, he was in the.
That was a good fight, man.
Yes,
he was
it was.
A bullet. He was Amakan, right? He was in there, but Topuria was just like a bull, man, raging bull, stalking him, nice jab. The right hand was powerful. He mixed in the takedowns. He looked great. He looked like a Topuria.
I am looking, Matt, at Sakara's record, and wow, man, it's just to go 11-0, and he was coming off of 3 straight knockouts, he was coming off of 7 straight stoppage wins, and then he got into the UFC, knockout, decision, and then got submitted. So there's something going on with his confidence, and I hope he turns it around. It's hard. I hate to see that.
Hey man, Haraguchi though, he looked really good. I was really impressed with him.
Yes,
I was really impressed with him. And again, Asu Alamba, how do you pronounce Asu's last name? That's what I said.
Alamayev, yeah.
I didn't say it. But he looked great, but Alex Perez was really doing great up until he got caught.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the way he was starting on that body. Like he was like coming in like with a pop out, like 3 to 4 shots, like hooks to the body. It was really nice. He was takedown defense, looked sharp. When he got on top, he was looking to do damage. He was really looking good until he got caught. It was a really good fight. Oh, great fights all around. Yeah. I can't wait to see what's next for Arman. Ian Machado Gary's still he's doing phenomenal. Bilal Muhammad, he's
still around.
He's still around. It's not like he was way off in that fight. He just was a little behind and he couldn't catch up.
Does Gary deserve the shot? Because Rakhmonov has not fought since the Gary fight. Ian has won twice since then. I know Shavkat's undefeated, but I kind of want to see Ian Machado Gary get that shot.
I would love that, man. I mean, he's very confident in his ability. He talks a game, but he backs it up.
Yeah, I kind of want to see him get.
There's also Usman and Islam called, and that's an interesting fight. I mean, because Usman does have that wrestling ability. And look at his fight with Khamzat. If you want to just say somebody that's similar in a sense where they're going to be wrestling, heavy, even though I think Islam's stand-up is very slick. But.
It is, and he's got a lot of power, and I think people overlook his power because he's so devastating on the ground. But yeah, that would be also an Usman fight I might really want to see. I think I kind of want to see that. That's a fight I want to see. I want to see Kamaru.
It's amazing how, like, that one fight, like, people started, like, just shitting on him with that one head kick. Like,
and he was up 4-0.
He does he's done so much before and after. Even that loss with Khamzat, I don't think that ruined his. I think that actually,
no.
He took that off the couch. Now picture him with a camp fighting and Islam. That's something. I'd listen. Whether it's Muhammad or if it's Ian Gary or it's exciting times.
Well, it won't be Muhammad, like you said, that they're friends and Bilal's coming off a loss. Sean Brady coming off.
I'm sorry. I meant whether it's Usman.
Usman, yeah. Sean Brady coming off that loss. Of course, he's going to get a shot, but he might still have to wait one more fight.
It might be a right time for the rematch with Sean Brady and Bilal.
No.
Yeah, you're not too happy about that.
No. I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying
fucking around. Jimmy, what a show. And listen, we're off on Wednesday.
Yes.
Of course, it's going to be Thanksgiving. Go ahead.
I want to promote gigs. My last gigs of the year are in Maine, Connecticut, Foxwoods Casino, and Boston in the middle of December, like the 18th, 19th, and 20th, I think, are those dates. So come see me in December in one of those three places, my final gigs of the year. Been a great year, man. So, well, yeah, whatever. We still have the holidays. We still have Thanksgiving coming.
You're not on cloud nine right now. After the way you did the other night, that'd be like winning a fight. Is it just like whatever? Or you're hard on yourself for no reason?
Or no, I'm just because I want to shoot that material in January. So what I'm going over is where I feel a flow stops or where I feel like, oh, now it doesn't feel as good as that. Like I sense it, so I know what I have to do. And it's just like the technical stuff I'm going over in my head. But I was happy with the show. It was fine. My man, it was great. It was really great. I was super impressed. Thanks a lot.
Jimmy, I'm going to call you before Thanksgiving.
Please do.
How thankful I am for you in my life.
That would be lovely. And I'll say me too.
Jimmy, man, thank you, man. Let's do some plugs. What do you want to plug? You plugged your shows.
Anthony Cumia is my guest this week on my show. It's a really, really funny episode on Jim Norton Can't Save You. So go to my YouTube page, Jim Norton Comedy, and of course, Matt's page.
Yes, I had Chris Van Vliet on. He's great, man. He does all these interviews for pro wrestlers, and his channel's killing it. But he was fun. I had Chris Meiderman and Longo on. I'm going to go watch that right now. I'm going to go to my channel. I'm going to go to my show, and I'm going to do a movie reaction with The Smashing Machine, which I seen, but now I'm going to watch it with my people. They're going to watch me watch it.
That's
great. I like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
All right, Matt Serra channel on YouTube. Subscribe. Jimmy, I will talk to you in a couple of days, even though we're not on air. And then, everybody else, we are thankful. Me and Jimmy, I don't like to speak for you.
That's right.
We are thankful
You're
for
right.
our Unfiltered Army.
Yes, we are. We're very grateful for the people that watch this and listen to it. And we really appreciate it.
How long has it been that we've been doing this? 9 years?
I mean, about 9 years. It's psychotic.
It's fucking great.
It's psychotic.
We got legs. Jimmy, I will talk to you soon, man. Everybody else, happy Turkey Day.
Yeah, have a great holiday, and we'll talk to you next week.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.